What's up everyone, you're Vatapesh Kumar here and welcome back to Boeing Boy. Now I haven't been well for the last 2 days, but a promise is a promise. I promised you guys 20 videos in 20 days. So here we go again. And today's video is a very important one. It is one of the major reasons why anyone becomes a pilot, and that is the salary. Now the question is, I've made videos on this pehle bhi, so has something changed? Yes, of course. This video is going to be about the latest salaries in 2023 for pilots. Things went downhill in COVID, सबकी salaries कम हो रखी थी, but are the salaries back up now? Is it improving? Is it even worth anymore becoming a pilot in today's day and age? We'll find out today. Okay, so before I tell you what are the salaries right now for pilots, let me first tell you कि हो क्या रहा है. Before COVID happened, salaries were pretty decent. They were growing at a steady rate. Not a rate as good as the inflation is increasing, but still there was a steady increase in salaries and pilots were very decently paid. And then COVID happened. We all know what happened in COVID. Air travel went down to literally zero. And as a result, obviously, airlines being businesses, they reduced salaries or some airlines didn't pay their employees. A lot of shit happened, we know. Before COVID, what used to happen was pilots were given a fixed salary for a certain number of hours, which basically means, let's say my airline pays me a fixed salary for 70 hours. That means if I fly 10 hours in a month or if I fly 70 hours in a month, I will still get paid for 70 hours. If I fly more than 70 hours in a month, my salary would be more because it's considered as overtime. But COVID ke time pe, all the airlines brought this 70 hours figure down to 10 hours, 20 hours, even 0 hours. Some airlines had it 30, some airlines had it 40 hours. Which means if you did not fly, you would not be paid. Also, the amount of money that you got for every hour you flew as a pilot was also reduced by airlines. Now COVID has ended, air travel has picked up again. We are back at pre-COVID levels. We are actually back at better than pre-COVID levels. And as a result, technically you would think the salaries should be back to where they were. But are they? The sad answer is no. They have not yet been revised back. The reason is very simple. Airlines, like I've said 100 times, are businesses at the end of the day. As a result, their main aim is to make money. The lesser the amount of money they give to employees, the more money they save. You can call it khoon muh lag gaya types. So airlines ko khoon muh lag gaya ki, oh, we can pay our pilots less salary and still make them work as much. And that has resulted in the salaries as of date just starting to get revised to pre-COVID levels. Majority of the airlines in India now at least have given back their pre-COVID salaries, and some airlines are actually now paying more than it was in COVID. There are two more very important points that I would like you to consider when you're thinking about the money that a pilot gets. Number one is the training cost. The cost to do CPL, to become a pilot, to train with the airlines, to do your type rating. All these costs have gone up quite a lot in the last few years. When I did my CPL, मेरा पूरा CPL 24 lakhs में हो गया था, and this was about 13 years back. As of today, the cheapest CPL that you can do in India is somewhere close to about 33-34 lakhs. The cost has literally gone up by almost 33%. Have the pilot salaries increased by 33%? Nope. The second point that I would like you to consider is the inflation. Now, inflation is basically, in very simple terms, how costly things are and how costly it is just living and surviving. And inflation has been increasing by quite a lot. Petrol used to be 30 rupees a litre, now it's 100 rupees plus a litre. Such kind of things. Have the pilot salaries increased according to the inflation? Well, obviously not. They have not. So keeping in mind these 3 points, let me now tell you how much pilots are getting paid as of date. So when you join an airline, you'll obviously be joining as a trainee first officer. A trainee first officer is someone who's undergoing training to become a first officer. Now at this time, you are not paid a salary. All you're paid is a stipend in most airlines. The stipend does vary from airline to airline, but it's anywhere in the range of about 50,000 rupees to about 1,25,000 rupees. This period will last for about 6 months. After these 6 months approximately, you will get released as a junior first officer, or some airlines might call it as a first officer. As a first officer, you can expect your gross salary. Now this is before taxes. Remember, whatever salaries I'm telling you, usme the 33% tax will be deducted. So once you get released as a first officer, The airlines will pay you anywhere between about 1.5 to 2.5 lakh rupees a month. Once you gain experience and you become senior and you have more number of hours, you become a senior first officer, probably even after you get an ATPL license. When you become a senior first officer, your salary obviously grows. As a senior first officer, you'll be paid somewhere in the range of about 3 to 4 lakh rupees a month. After about 5, 6, 7 years down the line, once you've gained enough experience, you will now become a captain. Now, as a captain, your salaries do go up quite a lot. A captain in India usually, as of date, earns somewhere close to about 6 to 8 lakh rupees a month, depending on the airline. After a captain, you can become then a trainer, where you start training and teaching other people how to fly. The highest level in training that you can reach is a designated examiner. And as of date in India, designated examiners are earning somewhere about 10 lakh rupees a month. Now remember, all these salary that I just told you, they are all for average number of hours in a month, which is usually about 60 to 70 hours. If you fly more than 60-70 hours in a month, obviously your salary would be higher. The maximum salary that I have gotten as a captain was with Jet Airways. Jet used to pay really well, like more than all the other airlines. In 1 month in Jet, I flew about 97 hours, and my salary that month was take-home salary after taxes was approximately about 9 lakh rupees, which was wrong. Now these are the salaries in India right now. As things stand, airlines abroad, especially in the Middle East, are paying stupid amount of money to their pilots. The airlines there are paying a captain anywhere around 15 to even 18 lakh rupees a month. And that is all tax free. So that is a really great amount of salary. If you have enough experience and if you are okay with moving out of India and working abroad, going to Middle East is amongst the best options, because the salaries out there are just crazy and they're tax free. That being said, airlines in India as well are revising pilot salaries. Currently, Akasa Air is, as far as I know, the highest paying employer in India. They are paying their captains for 70 hours of flying 8.5 lakh rupees a month, which is also a very decent salary and good enough to live a very comfortable life in India. I hope you found the video helpful. I hope this would help you choose, should you become a pilot in India or not, or should you just move abroad and fly in the Middle East. I don't want to leave Delhi, leave alone leave India. इसलिए I am here, I'm flying for Indian Airlines. A lot of people are moving abroad as per their choices and conveniences. Well, that's about it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow.